Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your new moon in Leo reading for August 16, 2023. New moons bring in new cycles. You have the Wheel of Fortune as your theme, which is really nice, I think. And it's a gamble. Life is a gamble. You never know. This gives you a yes answer. Again, it's not my yes card, but on this card it says yes, so I'll give it to you. It can be karma, destiny, change, fortune, cycles, unexpected. So that's what it says here on the card. The Wheel of Fortune for me is definitely life is a gamble. If you are at the bottom of the wheel, you can be moving to the top. So there's a lucky change coming. But if you're at the top, you can also be moving to the bottom. And the thing with that is the wheel keeps turning, so eventually you'll head back up to the top, and therefore the cycles, right? But life is a gamble where the Wheel of Fortune is concerned. So you may be taking a gamble, or like I said, you can have some quick change. Okay, the Hierophant, not a favorite card of mine, but it is what it is. It's associated with Taurus. It's a very traditional card. It can be marriage, but for me, it's very much like big organizations, the government, the IRS, religion, the DMV, schools. So school is starting again. Hospitals, that kind of thing. It is places where you need to ask permission. You only get partial response. You don't get the full information, right? You have to, first you have to fill out forms, or you have to be initiated, or you have to study something. It's that kind of energy. But, you know, there's a learning opportunity here with the Hierophant. Okay, with that you have the Page of Cups. This is my Pisces card. It could be a water sign or someone who exhibits a water sign. This is an expansive card, so you may be wanting to learn something new and expand your mind, expand your skills, expand your spirit. For me, this gives me very spiritual energy. I'm going to pull one more here for that. Yeah. All right, I'm going to talk about it on a mundane level first. These can be things that are going on behind the scenes. But it's very hard for me to do that. It's taking the middle path, right? Not taking extremes, not going to extremes with the High Priestess card, right? Black and white. She's somewhere in between. Okay, so let's get back to this spiritual theme here, because the High Priestess is your divinity, right? She's holding the Torah. Part of it is tucked away. The things that we hold sacred, right? The things that we think are divine. And the Page of Cups is very, very spiritual card. He's talking to a fish. The fish is instructing him. I do feel like there's instruction here. I really do. But it can be coming from religions. It can be coming from schools. But it's something that you hold very dear to your heart. It could be your philosophy because you are Sagittarius. You could be learning through this Page of Cups, and you might be learning the tarot, or you might be learning something on this, the spiritual or the religious side. But it can be instruction, and it doesn't have to be religion, but it can be tradition, right? There's a traditional energy with the Hierophant, and a sacredness with the High Priestess. And the Page of Cups is a highly spiritual being. Pisces is, they say it is water, but it's really the aether, right? It's very elusive, the Page of Cups. It's something, and this is as well the High Priestess. It's something that's there even though you cannot see it. So the High Priestess can be structure, right? And we we have a bare bones of a house, or even, our bones that you don't see but you know they're there, right? It's that kind of thing. There's an elusiveness to it. And think about the Page of Cups. They're slippery, right? It's hard to grab a fish. There's an elusiveness here. Very interesting. What's an interesting... All right, let's go further and see what's happening here, because I find this quite interesting. I do feel like this is somebody else around you. Maybe somebody's being elusive. Maybe somebody, even if it's, let's say you ask someone to marry you and they're kind of hemming and hawing, and, it's that kind of energy. It's like, well, I'll tell you later, or let me think about it, or I'm not sure, and there's kind of like this, I want to pin something down, but I can't. Okay. You are behaving as the Nine of Wands. So I feel like somebody's being secretive here. I'm just going to say, I really feel that here. The Nine of Wands, and maybe you feel that too, because you're kind of like, listen, I've been through this before. These are all your experiences, because you're talking about a number 9, right? And this is the Walking Wounded card. So I've been through this scenario before, and I'm bearing the wounds from, past scenarios, and I really am, this is somebody who's on the defensive. But it is, biding your time. And that's what I mean here. There's this kind of elusiveness. Again, you don't get all the information here. And this card is very secretive. It's things that are going on behind the scenes. So you might feel that, right? Something is a gamble here. Something is, let's just spin the wheel and see where it lands. We don't know. There's very much this elusive energy here. Interesting. All right, with that you have the Five of Pentacles. So, Five of Pentacles. First of all, you have 2 5s, and 5 is unsteady, instability. And it's that instability that pushes us to find balance. The Five of Pentacles is indeed walking wounded, right? Both of these are kind of walking wounded cards. For some people, I mean, you may be seeking outside help, financially or physically. I mean, both of these people are wearing headbands, right? Headdresses. Both of them are wounded. So there can be some instability, and you may be looking to larger organizations to help you and waiting for the answer. The Five of Pentacles is challenges that we face together, right? So you're not alone in this situation, but it's kind of, the Five of Pentacles is feeling left out. It's outside looking in, right? They're outside, they're not quite looking in, but were they to, they would know that there is a place for them to go, that there is help around, but they're not even looking. They're just so deep into their own suffering that they don't see the help that's around them. But soon enough, right, that 5 pushes us to find that balance, to seek that help. Okay, with that you have the Knight of Cups. This is an offer. It's an emotional offer. Could be invitations to enjoy yourself and have fun. You may have been where this person is, right, and want to help them out, or they might help you out. But it is a heartfelt invitation, a heartfelt giving of something. You might just need a vacation or some time away. The Knight of Cups is usually somebody who has some fun, right? And so maybe you've gone through all this instruction and this heavy kind of serious work, which is not easy for a Page of Cups, especially the red tape stuff. Ooh, another 5. So that's 3 5s. Now this can be internal conflict or cooperative efforts. But it's agitation, and that comes from unexpressed desires. It can just be a lively debate or a fun challenge. It doesn't have to be anything that heavy. But 3 5s is a lot of instability. And again, the Knight of Cups can take a good time too far, right? So this can also be somebody who is dependent, has dependencies, and may need to find a place where they can find that balance, right? All right. It is also cooperative efforts, though, that 5 of Wands. They're trying to build something together, but this is also a card of saying, leave your ego out of it. Or kind of like, it's kind of like accepting the differences of others can be very productive, that 5 of Wands. And so maybe you do that with the Knight of Cups, or, you know, there's an extension of, there's an invitation with that Knight of Cups. Wow. Okay, this is, again, a really spiritual card. You can be going through some spiritual things, to be honest. It is a new, I mean, this is the offer, right? This is an emotional offer. It's the offer of love, faith. It's an emotional new beginning, a new emotional phase. And I'll tell you what, the Page of Cups is very emotional individual. So this can be, it can be epiphanies as well, but it's kind of like downloads, right? Especially where these cards are concerned. It's very intuitive. It's very psychic. Water holds information, right? So it's your internal waters. But it is an offer of love. So there can be marriage proposals or emotional proposals. And it comes out of the blue. Okay. You don't trust something, though. These are both of these cards are a little bit like it's too good to be true. This is trickery and betrayal. It's strategy, right? You're strategizing something. I don't know. You don't trust it. You're not trusting it. And this can cause agitation. This is, again, same as this. Things that are going on behind the scenes. He's taking the Five of Swords away from the enemy's camp so that they can't be used against him. That's his strategy. But it can be trickery and betrayal. Yeah. Like I said, you've been through something you don't trust. There's something that you're not trusting. And that's going to cause you some sleepless nights with that Nine of Swords. It's a thought that gets away from you. It takes on a life of its own. And it may or may not be true, but it takes on a life of its own. So the idea here is that the planets may be at play. Meaning as the planets move on, so will this situation. Everything is not revealed here because the Five of the Hierophant, rather, only shows you part of her hand. There are things that are kept quiet, kept behind the scenes. That comes up for me 3 times here. And I think that's maybe something that you're not trusting, or that you don't, where you think you kind of have to get ahead of the situation with that Seven of Swords. The Nine of Swords is saying quiet your mind and the answers will come, but there's no quieting of the mind. You could just be having some sleepless nights as well, but it's through this conflict and agitation. What does Spirit want you to know? Yeah, you have the Hierophant again. This is a no card for me. So you may get a no answer. The card reads morality as an upright. So yes, morals. Rebellion as the negative. And this is about doubt and wisdom, beliefs, and indiscretion. But the Hierophant is my no card. And so something that you may have taken a gamble on, you might decide no. Or if somebody's offering you, right, something, you're not trusting it. I don't think you really feel like it's on the up and up. And maybe it's not, because there is something hidden with the Hierophant. But you don't trust it. The Hierophant is a no for me. And it can be just blocks, or you're just not getting the full answer at this time in the next 2 weeks. That can change. But the Hierophant is going to make you jump through hoops. It's going to make you have to stand in line and fill out forms and ask the right questions and get permits and get permission slips and that sort of thing. And there can be a lot going on behind the scenes that you're unaware of. Okay. I hope that's been helpful. It's just for 2 weeks. Things can change after that, which is unfortunate because there's some really nice things going on here. Okay. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful. I will return in 2 weeks with a full moon reading. Thank you for listening. Very much appreciated. Take good care. Bye.